you don't need to ask permission. So I set a passcode, so your BitMark account is entirely local. It's one of these public-private key things. Once you get in to the system, you see these kind of sections, your properties, listings. You can list your properties for sale. You know, they're yours, you can sell them. You can connect in if. So like you could do something like every time I take an Instagram photo, automatically convert it to property, list it for sale. If I have new location data, automatically convert it to property, sell it. So your location data is worth about $150 a year, US. You can, that might sound small, but you can imagine lots and lots and lots of this data being your property, and then this provides like a base income. That would be nice. So I issue a BitMark. I take a file, a piece of data, something on my computer. I'm a big fan of this app. It's called the Reporter app. It runs on my phone. It just gets information about my environment, who I'm with, where am I, how many steps I've taken, what's the weather, what's the humidity, stuff like this. And it writes it into a JSON file. And I back this up like every day. There's a script that does automatically. So I'm going to BitMark this data. Might be interesting to somebody. So this is called Reporter data. So this is from the Reporter iOS app. So this is what is this thing, right? So we showed you the metadata. This is metadata, okay? And then how many do we want, right? So this would be like copyright. I want to make copies, okay? So as the owner of this asset, I want to make digital properties of it. Each one can be tracked. Each one can be sold. So let's do 3. And then I'm signing it. So I'm saying that yes, this is mine. I have the rights to do this. And then this is going to broadcast it. So this is going to go back into Chris's network. So we're pushing things into here. Okay. It will take 1 to 2 minutes roughly for the system to mine it. You can see right now there's 3 of these. Because I made 3, and the state is verifying. Okay. In about a minute and a half, once it's finished, I will list one of these for sale. And then I could share this link with somebody. I could post it over social media, and then you could buy the data. When you buy it, what happens is the ownership gets transferred to the person that's buying it. So money comes in, ownership gets transferred. That person connects into my computer, peer-to-peer, and the asset gets transferred. Okay? Yeah. Yes?
How do you deal with the transaction? So how do you... so
yeah.
you don't have any currency in BitMark right now.
Yeah.
So if I say transfer you 1 Bitcoin for your property, how do you like settle that? So like you don't run off.
So the software right here has a built-in Bitcoin wallet. It's low. Sorry. This line right here is so your software, your BitMark account, the same seed that generates your BitMark account can also generate Bitcoin addresses, and so you can hold money that way. If you wanted to, you can connect in Stripe and you can take credit card, because not everybody likes to take Bitcoin, right? So those 2 right there, yeah? Taking a minute. The way that assets are transferred, like say you buy my data, the way it moves from me to you is over the BitTorrent protocol. It's just protected because the blockchain is checking the ownership, like do you really have ownership? And if you don't have ownership, you can't download. But it's just standard BitTorrent. Okay, so here we go. So we've got 3 of these now. I'm going to click on one. And and it has a timestamp. So 8:37. So I'm 7 minutes late. Sorry. When it was created, so I can show the asset. So here is this data that I was telling you about. It's just all kinds of raw data. I can list this for sale. So let me list it for sale. Let me sell it for a Bitcoin.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to buy it. So. It'll take a few seconds. Not yet. Okay, we must have a bug in the sales server right now. Once this is listed for sale, it would generate a URL that I could share, and I send that out, and then you could click on it, and you put in your BitMark account, and then you can buy it. Okay. Yes?
So when you list for sale,
Yeah.
that actually will create a transaction on your chain?
Yeah, so we have this registry online, and you can see all these properties. So like here's the one I just created, and there's 3 instances of this, and each one has its history. And so when I list something for sale, that's not like a blockchain level action, right? Only transfers are being recorded in the blockchain. So all of this other stuff like listing down the road you can rent, right? So this stuff comes, these are things that you can do as a property owner. You can rent, you can lease, you can lend, all this kind of stuff, sell. So the first one we do is transfer. Yeah, yes?
So how do you deal with, say, so all the data is encrypted, right? So,
Yes.
for instance, this is your reported data. For
Yeah.
your phone, right? So I'm buying your data, and you say it's reported data, but it turns out it's just your to-do list today or something.
Yeah.
How do I dispute that, or how does that work with
Yeah.
something that you put up there that isn't what it really is?
Down the road, we would work on things like escrow. You can do that pretty easily with, with a number of different like cryptocurrency type stuff. In the beginning, everything we do looks like you're buying a photo from a photographer you know. You're buying music from somebody that you like. You're buying data, and you know something about this data. You know it came from an iPhone that was signed. So you're a researcher. You need to have the rights to use this. You need to know it's authentic. And so all of our focus from getting the business side going, getting the commerce side going, is about having trust. So so Bitcoin had a very specific problem. How do you allow individuals to exchange value without any trust whatsoever? We're trying to let individuals come to consensus on who owns what. And what that thing that's being owned, well, that's something that's not something code can tell 100% for sure. Right? So ours is a separate kind of class of problems. It's how do we record who owns it? How do you safeguard what's known as the provenance of something? So like, let's say you and I both had a Picasso painting, and my painting was in my garage for the past 50 years. Yours was on loan to the Tate Modern. It was on loan to MoMA, a number of famous museums. If you could prove that that happened, if you could prove that the owners, that this was in that provenance, you would say, then the value of your property is a lot more than mine, even if it's from sort of the same author, same artist, same period of time. So keeping track of who owned what when is what our system is trying to do. what is something that ultimately needs trust. It needs lawyers. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you check redundancy if one digital asset being registered twice?
So if you try to register an asset that's already in the blockchain, this is kind of a fun case. This is like United States saying that they own California and Mexico saying they own California. This is not a new problem. I could say the one with Taiwan and China, but my wife would kill me. So, conflicting ownership claims. How do you resolve it? The key is that you record all the claims permanently, because who owns what changes over time. So, the same asset, two people have claimed ownership and have issued properties from that asset. Okay? Two people have created property titles. From the perspective of a buyer, you want to look at the one with the most, with the longest provenance. Okay? Most likely sometime in history somebody said, nope, you're not the owner. That's wrong. And so that provenance gets shorter. Yeah. So the way we resolve this is by recording everything. Yeah. I think this is actually kind of a deep, deep philosophical thing, that 100 years from now, who owns what? Who has property rights to what? Is totally different than what it is now. You look at any country, the borders always change. Borders are who owns what. Right? What you want is a record that cannot be tampered with, that cannot be changed, of who claimed ownership over what. Yeah, the moment you have that, now you can do interesting stuff. When you have war, one of the first things that happens is they destroy all of the land titles. Why? Any asset that you can wipe away the ownership records for, you can have new owners, you can have new wealth. Right? And so this is a system that once an ownership claim was asserted, you can't wipe it away. Yeah. Okay? We're in a private beta, but if anybody wants to try, I'd love for you to try. We're about 1 to 2 months away from a public beta, right? Where anybody can do stuff. So what we're really looking for is people that want to try to sell something, people that would like to maybe develop something with it, people that would be willing to give us feedback on the user interface. Does it make sense? Is it easy to use?
What design it?
Who designed it?
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
Oh, you had it.
No. Chris deals with all the back end. He does real engineering. I don't do any engineering anymore. I'm like the guy that goes and raises money and does business. Yeah.
Yeah, looks pretty.
The people that are responsible for making it look pretty, unfortunately, are not here, but they are in Taiwan. So it'll be great if you come meet them. Yeah.
So here's a question more
Yeah.
technical.
Sure.
So if somebody wants to develop something based on your technology,
Yeah.
how to integrate with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have libraries. We have a lot of kind of interesting, simple command line stuff that Chris has developed in Go. You could use that. We have a Node library. You can use that. So Node.js if you like that instead, or Go. Both are fairly robust, fully open source. Yeah. Those are all public now. So if you are interested, try it. Give us feedback. We need people trying it. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions? Yeah, sure.
Are the network open to every clients or to the public? Because you said that you also research the ownership,
Yeah,
which means if I own something in network, it will become a record.
correct, yeah. Yeah, every ownership transfer, yeah,
And the network is open to the public.
correct.
So I have no privacy about what video or what music I purchase.
Oh, so if you, this is my BitMark account, it's just some number. So I can choose, hey, do I want to link this number to my my domain name, my Twitter account, my GitHub account, you know, later on we'll add Facebook. So it's, who owns what is like which account owns what. So it's up to you as an individual if you want to let people know who you are. Yeah. The value of property is the owner.